Hey guys, welcome back to the LODcast. I think this is episode number 20. Uh yeah, so
Yes.
I think I'll just get started by saying how was everyone's past. So by the time you guys are saying this, it's only been like 2 weeks, but for us it's actually been 3 weeks since the last episode because I wanted to make episodes more in line with like current trends. Uh so yeah, how was everyone's past 3 weeks? How about you, Eric? You go first.
So I started my job that I quit the first day. uh, I ended up getting lied to about the pay. I ended up getting lied to about how I'm getting paid and what the job actually was supposed to be like entailing. I lied to about a lot of that stuff, and yeah, they basically went off on the boss, and I quit the first day. And I was like, this is not marketing. And if you think this is marketing, then you're a joke. And
Like, was it a scam kind of thing?
sort of in a way, like they'll just lie about what you're doing because like a big issue with like marketing companies is that I didn't want to be door to door and I didn't want to telemarketing because like fuck that. I want to plan campaigns. I want to find target audiences. That's what I went to school for, right? And that's what this company was like selling you on. They said it's not door to door. They didn't say it was business to business. So you basically just drive around using your own gas money, your own car, everything, and you have to like go to areas around the office and try to like raise money for the
They don't
nonprofit
even
organizations.
They don't even cover.
Oh, they don't even cover you.
That's
It's just utter bullshit. And I ended up like getting so mad.
I don't blame
It's
you.
whatever. I quit, and then I actually am gonna raise a case at the Better Business Bureau to much resolve things.
Oh, Eric getting big shit done.
Well, I mean, I don't appreciate getting lied to and wasting all that time and like effort.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds horrible. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
That was my week, and now I've been just been playing video games, and now I'm happy I got Total War back. I'm just playing a shit ton of Total War. I legit played about 3 hours just earlier. I recorded four videos, so I'm just excited, man.
I feel that. How about you, Matt?
I've just been chilling. Classes started for me, so it's been pretty crazy couple weeks.
I'd imagine being at school.
I know,
Hey,
and I'm
that's
all
me. I'm in
online
school.
too. But don't worry, 75 days, 7 hours, and 0 minutes till Cyberpunk comes out.
Oh, Jesus. I'm actually really excited for Cyberpunk, man. I was
Did-
not on that bandwagon, and now I'm just on that bandwagon.
Did you see that RTX demo that they released of
Yeah.
Cyberpunk? Oh, beautiful.
I'm probably gonna end up getting something like that because I've already pre-ordered it because I was already like hyped from the beginning, and then I saw like a bunch of gameplay. I'm like, I don't think my computer's gonna run that. Like my computer can run The Witcher 3 pretty well, but Cyberpunk is probably gonna be a whole different beast.
Yeah, now my computer can like it can hold like 60, 70 on Witcher 3 at like 1080p. I don't know if I can run Cyberpunk.
My birthday is in November, so I can just be like, hey, can I have a
Mom, Dad, I want the new GPUs. You know, the ones that are
Yeah.
fast. We'll
Yeah.
talk about that actually. But yeah, I've had a fucking wild last 3 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know about this.
Matt's more caught up than you, Eric. But yeah, so I was kicked out. Not that bad, to be honest. I've somehow landed on my feet thanks to various people and one person in specific.
Yes.
The good thing is classes are
You're
online.
welcome.
Yeah, really. Classes are online, so like I don't need to worry about school.
Yeah, it's really not a big deal.
Like I don't even think I need to worry next semester. And speaking of classes, like they've been this is really pissing me off. Like they
It's
said
been radio silent.
yeah, no, for real. Like they're like, yeah, we found a case of coronavirus on our campus, but we're not gonna tell you guys who it was, where it was. We're just gonna start like fucking enforcing a police state.
Yeah. Well, literally all they did was they said, "Oh yeah, we have one case, and then they told us that there was more than one case, and then they basically implied that they're not going to tell us anything anymore.
That's what my work did. Like when we had a case at my work, they didn't tell anybody who like was sick, and so like everyone's like, "Well, shit, who was around it? Like we need to know who was there, so we know who was around it, like who was sick." They didn't tell who was sick. They just sent like 15 people home, and they're just like, "Yeah, we're just gonna send everyone home. We're not gonna tell you who or why or what's up." They just did all this shit, and then they just told them to stay away for like 2 weeks. They didn't even tell them that it was like corona related. I only found out because. Well, I mean, I'm dating a boss, so.
Bro.
So like, it was like one of those things where it was like, wow, I only found out because actually I found out from a rumor first, and then it was confirmed by my girlfriend. But I was like, still, that's annoying. Yeah.
If that's all we have to say, I think we can move on to the general internet stuff and news. Matt, take it away.
Yeah. So I believe, was it last week as of now, or was it a week before? Gamescom happened. Oh boy.
No.
Very, very cool. Also known as really boring.
Yes, I'm only hearing about this now.
Yeah.
Explain how this happened.
So I think it was Gamescom, and the guy who runs the what's it called, the video game awards, he was running it, and he was like, "Guys, we have some pretty cool games, and you guys won't expect this game." And then it was Walking Dead Bridge Builder, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then the guy who plays Doc Brown from Back to the Future came in, and he's like, "Wow, how crazy!" And he's like, "Yes, and listen, I came from the future to tell you that Surgeon Simulator 2 is coming out now." And I was like, "Fuck this, man."
Wait, what's the name of the guy who does Game Awards? He's like
Jeff Keighley.
Jeff Keighley,
Yeah.
Dude, it sounds like this was exactly like the Fast and Furious game.
Oh my god.
It
It also reminds me of, I feel like, so remember Death Stranding came out and everyone fucking said like, "Oh, this is pretty bad."
Yeah,
I felt like he got the reward because he was fucking robbed when Konami said they couldn't accept the award for Metal Gear Solid 5, so they gave it to him anyway.
Yeah, it was probably more like I don't know. They probably meant to give him the award for that, but like, I can understand why you think it's that. Like, okay, so I'm kind of on tangent. I didn't think Death Stranding was that bad. I haven't played it, but like from what I can tell,
I've heard mixed things about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's the kind of game that doesn't
it's the first
need
Strand type game.
I love how he used that. Like, yeah, it's not. I could call it a survival walking simulator, but
that's what I was about to say. I heard it was a walking simulator.
What it actually is the first Strand type game where I have 15 hours of cutscenes before any gameplay, and then 20 more of cutscenes with no gameplay.
Sounds juicy.
It sounds like, I bet you could just cut out all the gameplay and it'd be the same. But that's Kojima, fucking nut.
Other than that, I think Gamescom there wasn't really anything exciting. It just kind of happened.
Wait,
I didn't even hear about it until you brought it up. I completely forgot about it. To be honest.
Exactly. That's how forgettable it was.
Usually, I'm pretty cued in on like the stuff with Gamescom and like gaming news. So like the fact that this happened, I have no idea what even happened. It's surprising too, coming from Jeff.
Oh, yeah. I just searched up what were like the big things. So basically, EA said, "Oh yeah, BioWare."
Oh, I did hear about this.
Yeah, Dragon Age
4. They just confirmed it.
I don't care about that.
I am very excited about it, dude. I miss Dragon Age. It's been like 6 fucking years since we had a game or anything. We haven't even gotten a trailer, nothing.
Was Inquisition good?
I loved Inquisition. I platinumed it. That's how much I fucking played it. But I would say yes. It's better than 2. I know Dragon Age 2 is pretty brutal, and but Inquisition was pretty cool.
Yeah, so they announced that, and then they showed off they didn't even show it off. They just showed a trailer for the new Doom DLC and gave it a release date, which I'm excited for. and I'm about to beat Doom Eternal on Nightmare mode.
Look at this guy over here. We
Yeah,
got a pro gamer next to us.
because I hate myself. And then they announced Fall Guys Season 2, and then Star Wars Squadrons.
Oh god, Squadrons just looks like the biggest money grab I've ever fucking seen in my life.
So
It looks so boring.
I don't know about you guys, but Squadron seems like it looks like an indie title. It looks kind of like Star Citizen, but without the production value.
I feel like it's gonna be half a game. I feel like it's gonna come out and people are either gonna think, "Oh, the story's pretty good," and then they'll forget about it, or we'll remember it for being like, half a game and it's pretty shitty.
Yeah, it's definitely not anything to write home about.
It looks a lot like I don't know if you guys ever played like
Elite
Rogue
Dangerous?
Squadron on. No,
Yeah,
like
that's what they're going for.
that's what it felt like, and it's like, man, it's just like it's not it.
Oh, how could I forget? Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. That's coming out.
Oh, dude, I haven't even watched the trailer, and it just I all I hear is people jerking it off. That's literally every time my friends like, dude, it looks so good. Oh my
They
god,
brought
Call of
back
Duty,
Mason, Woods, Hudson from Black Ops. Oh my god.
I don't
Dude,
know.
When my buddy was describing it, he was like, it's basically just like Ronald Reagan telling you gotta kill communists. It's great. And I was like,
So it's the first Black Ops.
like, so it's Black Ops 1.
Well, Black Ops 1 it had a pretty good story. Like, this one just kind of seems like, oh, we gotta build up a team. Who hates Russians? Yes, these people. Mason and Woods, they hate the Russians. Okay, let's go.
Oh man, Russian bad.
Is it me or does everyone look? Everyone looks kind of Uncanny Valley. Like from the trailer, Woods didn't look quite like Woods. Hudson didn't look quite like Hudson. The president Reagan didn't look like Reagan. He just looked. I don't know.
Reagan looked like a clay doll. Of
Yeah,
Reagan.
exactly. It felt weird. I was put off by it.
I feel like it's gonna pull a Call of Duty World War II, where they just kind of like throw historical accuracy out the window.
Every game ever, and then they're gonna claim it's historically accurate.
Yeah, like I remember it came out and historically accurate with the Nazis. They kind of threw all that shit out, but World at War is like the last game that was like acknowledging it. But then I don't even know what happened.
Wasn't the Call of Duty series made explicitly for like historical accuracy?
Yep.
With like Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, I believe Medal of Honor was made because of Steven Spielberg. He's like, hey, there should be a game like this. And I know ex-military helped make that game, and I think 2 developers just went off and made Call of Duty, and then here we are. I am happy that they're going away from the whole future thing.
See, okay.
No, I always found it funny, the people who complain about the future stuff, right? Are always like, for example, one of my buddies is a diehard Call of Duty fan, right? And he used to complain so much about the future stuff because he was terrible at it.
It just looks. I think I played Black Ops 4, and then I played Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare was pretty good though.
See,
I enjoyed Modern Warfare.
I really only liked Modern Warfare for like how snappy the gameplay was. Like, oh, those animations, beautiful.
Anything else wrapping up Gamescom?
No, I think that's it. It was pretty much a failure. I'm surprised Jeff Keighley of all people messed it up. Like,
Jeff, my boy, don't fuck up the Game Awards like you did last time. He literally brought in he just accomplished everything that he wanted to do for himself. He's like, I'm gonna bring in Green Day, and I'm gonna bring in Vin Diesel for Fast and Furious Crossroads.
Vin Diesel.
Just because I need to say this, okay, my mom is a diehard Green Day fan, right? And I used to listen to Green Day back when American Idiot came out, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, Green Day's very meh. That's my opinion of them. And then my mom's always like, just because you don't like them doesn't mean no one else likes them. And I go, Mom, Name a song that they have made in the last decade outside of American Idiot. And she goes, well, that Bang Bang song they just made. I was like, okay, before
that was bad.
it was terrible. I'm like, before that album came out, Mom, tell me how many songs you know. She goes, I don't know. And I'm like, just so you're aware, they came out with 4 albums after American Idiot. None of them are popular because they're not good. It's like, no, it's like, you know what? It is what it is. Well, I mean, it's nothing against American Idiot. Like, I loved that album, and like Dookie and all that was also really good. But that being said, the 4 albums that came out after it, you don't hear about. Why? Because they're probably not that good.
They just kind of ran out of shit. That's what I think. I think American Idiot was like their peak.
It's kind of like My Chemical Romance, if any of you know, like, follow them at all. I think after the Black Parade, they just didn't really know what to do, and they just
even
ran out of steam.
Music in like the last 20 years?
Well, now they're back.
They broke up for like.
They're back now.
Plus, yeah, they're back now. They're just touring right now, from what I heard.
Well, they were.
And speaking of
COVID
touring and music,
very nice.
Thank you.
This transition.
Twitch karaoke dead. Matt, would you like to explain?
Yeah, so apparently there was a karaoke thing for Twitch, and I had no idea, and all I know is Twitch came out with the statement and said, you know, we love Twitch karaoke, but we want to move our funding somewhere else, so they're getting rid of it.
Wait, so what was Twitch karaoke in the first place?
I think it was self-explanatory kind of stuff.
Oh,
like,
so basically like there's like a category where people just go on and sing?
Yeah.
So why would
like, I knew it was a thing, but
I can't see it being that popular. Like, karaoke's like a drunk thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, karaoke's the kind of thing you do when you want to have fun with friends. And, like, you know each other, and, like, if Tyler One did karaoke, I'd be like, that's fucking hilarious. But, like, an entire category, like, devoted to it, where I don't really know the people's personalities. It's not, like, a game that you can just tune in and watch.
Right, the last time I went to karaoke was at the bar. My last semester at college, we all went to karaoke. We're like all drunk as a skunk, basically. It was our last day up at school, so we all just decided to have one last banger.
So, like, when it comes, I feel like this is just Twitch trying to, like, say, hey, we kind of want to go more towards gaming, because, like, I feel like IRL streaming is only popular, like, for specific types of people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You can't just straight up, like, attract an audience if you're, like, some rando on the internet versus, like, some e-girl who's just fucking shaking her ass trying to get views. I feel like there's a very big difference.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they're either gonna get rid of it and then just keep the money and invest it when they're ready, or they might just come out with something brand new right out the gate.
Yeah, I have a feeling that they're, like, taking this down in order to get rid of, like, the dead weight so that they can, like, combine categories and stuff like that, or, like, make something that's better. Because, like, once again, Twitch, I feel like, actually, I don't know enough about Twitch, but I feel like they want to make a change, and this is why they're doing it.
Well, they don't have to worry about Mixer, that's for sure. Big rip.
Is that everything everyone has to say on this section?
Yeah. Speaking of rip, according to Ubisoft, the PS5 it's not gonna have backwards compatibility.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that because I was watching Mark Cerny's the guy in charge of Sony, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so I was watching
really sure.
Mark Cerny's like PS5 tech thing, or maybe this was someone else, but it was like, oh no, it was Digital Foundry, and they were basically like going over like all the tech involved in the PS5, and they're like, oh, it's got like variable CPU rates to mimic like previous consoles. So hearing this is pretty interesting. It's like it has the capabilities to like mimic the CPU clocks of like the PS3, the PS2, and the PS1, and like even like hardware like stuff to help accelerate that. So for Ubisoft to come out and tell us that like, oh no, we're not doing this, maybe it's like a subscription thing they're trying to do. Like, oh,
Who, PlayStation or Ubisoft?
maybe I don't know. Maybe both.
Ubisoft already has something that's coming out called Uplay Plus, and no one's gonna buy it.
See, I've heard quite a bit about something similar to that. Like, I saw a video. I didn't watch it because I don't watch that news outline anymore. But they were basically saying how, like, oh, PlayStation 5 is not more backwards compatible, or it's backwards compatible, but, like, there's a caveat with it. But, like, that being said, like, I don't know. I'm not taking anyone's grain of salt, or anyone's news until I hear from Sony. Yeah. Like, that's who I'm taking seriously, and not all the fucking people out there, whether it's Ubisoft, whether it's a game like a news outlet, whatever. I'm waiting from the the creators of the thing themselves.
Yeah. So, and I think I was talking about how, like, it has hardware, like in the CPU specs, like that Sony released, they have variable clock speeds that they can like move down because obviously older hardware like isn't identical to the newer stuff. So like to emulate old games, they need to have like the CPU clocks line up and all that. So like they even released the clock speeds and what the PS5 could do. So like I don't know if I believe this. This like
plus
rumor.
Like like on top of that, they've been already practicing, I think, in a way, emulating PlayStation 2 games because on the PlayStation 4, I don't know if you have one or not, there are a number of PlayStation 2 games that were made backwards compatible.
Yeah.
With the PlayStation 4. Like Bully was one of them. I was talking about that earlier. I bought it for like $2 on sale. And then like I know Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Vice City are backwards compatible with it too. So like there's a number of games like Jack and Dexter 2 and stuff. So I don't see why that would be true.
That brings me to my crazy conspiracy theory. I have a theory that they're going to, if Ubisoft is right, that it's going to be like they're a part of like their PS Plus program or whatever, like where you pay to get access to older libraries.
Oh, but that's like PS Now that they have right now.
Yeah, PlayStation Now is like, it's like good and bad. Like you need like top tier internet to run it. I wouldn't mind. Like I had PlayStation Now for a little bit, just because I wanted to play Sly 3, right? And it was fun. Like don't get me wrong, but like there is a lot of lag because it's just like you need ballin' internet to run it.
You know, it's funny you mentioned PlayStation Now because like before PlayStation Now was PlayStation Now, it was basically like this really shitty company that was like terrible at streaming games that Sony bought.
Well, yeah, we talked about it when like Stadia was becoming a thing, and I was like, what? Like streaming games is like not a good way to handle things, just because it's like you need the best internet ever. And I remember people pointing out, well, it looks good when Google was showing it, and I'm like, yeah, that's because it's fucking Google. They have the internet.
And look at what happened to Stadia.
They're still supporting it though. They're going down with the ship.
Did the free version of Stadia come out?
I don't know. No one. I would never download it though.
I feel like the better implementation was what Nvidia did with it, where it was like the GeForce Now shit, where like you can basically just stream your own games using like some supercomputer they have or whatever, and it worked because I remember like a lot of kids in our like esports program did it to like play games because they didn't have their PCs at school. So Stadia, like, it's viable, but I don't think Google knew what they were doing when they got into it.
I think they needed a little bit longer to plan it. And on top of that, probably expand on their library before releasing it, because they had like 6 games that were all like 25 years old.
But we have Destiny 2!
Yeah, so does every other console.
So does literally every platform. For free, nonetheless.
Right. Oh, we have AC Odyssey. Don't worry. Play Assassin's
We have
Creed.
Red Dead Redemption.
We had that one exclusive that everyone forgot about because
they had an exclusive.
Yeah, no. I remember they had like. Didn't they get Doom? Weren't they supposed to have Doom Eternal on it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they were at one point.
But it never happened because like Bethesda was like, Uh-oh.
This is
That
a
doesn't
amount of
work.
dumb
the amount of money Bethesda would have lost if they did that is insane.
Yeah, they already took a hit with Fallout 76. So.
Yeah.
Game everybody loves.
Yeah, Osh.
Hey.
Yeah. Our residential 76er.
How?
Don't worry about it.
I still own Fallout 76, so I mean,
Trust me.
it's been sitting on in my cabinet.
In 2 to 3 years, you guys will be like, wow, that game looks almost playable.
I have the game, I just never played it, and I was willing to play.
To do it.
I was willing to play it with Osh, but then I was like, oh, I have it downloaded if you ever want to play, and then I never got the
Yeah, see, the thing is,
bitch.
I'm so far, like, this is what happens with me in MMOs. Like, I'll buy the game for friends. I'll, like, ask them to buy it. I want to play with them, but the thing is, I'm so high leveled in every single one of those games because I played it solo for, like, years. That, like, just going back to a low level character is hard.
It's literally what happened when my buddy wanted to play. He's like, "Get Fallout 76. We'll play it all the time." I was like, I don't know, man. It looks like crap. He's like, "Dude, just get it, whatever." And I like got it on sale. So I was like, all right, fine, I have it on sale. And so I got it. And man, he was such a higher level than me. I don't even remember what level he was when we first started, but he's even higher now. It's all he plays.
I feel it on a spiritual level.
Well, God bless him for that.
I think he quit when they came out with the $100 like thing.
Oh, is that when you have to like pay for a server?
Oh yeah, Fallout first. That's fucking bullshit.
I think that's.
I had
quit.
an argument with players in like during one of the events. Like 20 players were all just gathered around an area, and like some guy was like, he sounded
Whoa,
like
there's 20 people who play that game.
there's a lot more actually. It's like I think like the concurrent players is like 25K a month. It's pretty low though.
Okay, but hold up, 25K a month. That's still more than For Honor. Got to throw that out there.
Oh,
So
that game
game
fucking
still
crashed
alive?
and burned.
Hard. Crash and burn hard.
More than Lawbreakers. Yikes.
Bosky Studios dead in like a day, and they tried to
I
release.
forgot about Lawbreakers. I remember seeing a gameplay of it on a channel I used to watch, and then I never saw it or heard anything about it again.
Yeah, the game came out. People played it for like a week, and then people said, "Oh, this game is fine. There's no reason to like play it all the time." And so I think the max they reached their peak, and then like by a week later, there was like 10 people playing the game.
And I remember like the hype before it was like, whoa, this game is gonna destroy every other game. Like,
Yeah.
this is the future
Say
of
goodbye to
shooters.
Overwatch. Say goodbye to Call of Duty. Lawbreakers.
And speaking of saying goodbye to video games, should games be updated for the current gen to next gen for free?
You want to know something, Osh? Your last segue is pretty good. That one kind of. I'm gonna give you like a generous 6.
A generous 6.
All right. I'll let you take the lead next time. But all right.
All right. Yes, very cool.
Who wants to explain this one? Because I think we all know about this.
Yeah, I can do it. So basically, since the new consoles are coming out and big games are still coming out on current gen, some companies are like, "Hey, if you buy it on PlayStation, if you buy it on Xbox, you'll basically get the game for free on the current gen, on the next gen if you get it." But some games aren't doing that, like Control. They're making you pay. They're making you pay again.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned the Control thing because like one version of the game is like I forgot exactly what, but it was like it's superior in every way from the other version, but they have both versions up, and only one version is like backwards compatible and all that shit. Like, and then their reasoning behind it was like, oh, because I forget the reasoning entirely, but like,
Well, I mean,
really
it kind of brings. Yeah, I changed my topic because mine was very similar to this. I'll just talk about it now. Basically, like I saw today that The Witcher 3, like CD Projekt Red announced that anyone who has with The Witcher 3 right now is going to get a free upgrade to the remastered version that's going to be coming out for the next gen consoles. So like that's really cool for like people like me who already own it, and I'm assuming both you guys already own it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like you would get an upgrade if you had a console, if you had it for consoles, but like that is something that I think should be the standard, not what Rockstar's doing. Be like, here's GTA Online. Pay $60 for a game you don't need. You already have a GTA 5.
Speaking of which,
play the story that you played 3 times.
Wait, did people on console get the Skyrim SE update for free?
I haven't been on Skyrim in about a month, so I'd have to find out.
Because like I remember on Steam we all got it for free if we owned it before a certain day, and I got mine for free.
Which update was it?
It wasn't an update. It was you know how Skyrim Special Edition was released.
Yeah.
So
didn't people hate it?
Nah, Special Edition was a good.
Oh, you asking?
Yeah, did you guys get it for free? Because we got Special Edition for free.
I didn't have it on my PlayStation. I got
what happened. That's a no on that, Cueyo. What ended up happening was they released Special Edition it was a $60 game we had to pay for, but on next gen consoles, like Skyrim didn't exist on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, so you had to buy the Special Edition that was out there. Even if you owned it on the 360 or if you owned it on the PlayStation 3, it didn't matter. You had to buy it.
Damn, that's price gouging if I've ever seen it.
They milked that fucker dry.
They really did.
Well, they did that with the Switch too. They released it with the Switch, like $60 game.
All right. Well, the Switch is like a completely different when was the last time Bethesda ever released a game for Nintendo consoles? Like before the Switch, I don't think they released anything.
The Wii U. I actually don't even know any Wii U games. I forgot the Wii U was a console.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
But how I see it, I feel like certain games that are newer or more new, whichever, I think you should be able to get them upgraded for free. But however, games like GTA, where no one wants to play the fucking story again because they know it by heart, the game GTA Online should be free, and then they'll just put it on next gen, and then they'll call it a day.
I agree. There needs to be a big selling point for GTA Online. Like maybe if you get GTA Online, you get access to like Vice City or Liberty City, like another map area.
Nah, they hate their audience. They wouldn't do that for us.
2K's a bunch of fucking leeches.
We have the game on PC. We've played it, Osh. It's fun.
It is.
It's fun when you do everything that the game doesn't want you to do.
Yeah, we spent 2 hours trying to get into the military base and steal a plane.
Yes. Like, that shit's fun, and that's why I always thought GTA 4 multiplayer was better.
GTA 4 multiplayer didn't necessarily have a point. It was just fucking around.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I like doing in GTA. I like fucking around, but I feel like GTA 5 or GTA Online just loves to punish you for hey, you're doing stupid shit with your friends in free roam. Well, now you have to pay for all the shit that you've done.
Yes and no. I think they add a lot of stupid clauses to it. Like, they made it so you could cap out vehicles. Vehicles, no matter what car you buy, can only go 120 miles an hour. So, you spend, in-game money, obviously. If you spend, money on, a $7 million car, $3 million car, doesn't matter. The $3 million car will go just as fast as the car you spent $100,000 on. Might have a little bit faster acceleration, will have the same speed, same top speed, and that's stupid in my opinion. But then shit gets annoying where I don't know, everyone has the Mark II or the flying motorcycle, and they blow shit. Yeah, they blow everyone up for shits and giggles. That gets annoying every now and then. But
I grew up with the classics. I grew up with Vice City. I grew up with San Andreas, and then
that's how I was too. Yeah.
That shit's that's prime Grand Theft Auto, because
San Andreas, in my opinion, is still the best one.
Oh yeah, it is by far. I bought it for my PlayStation 4 so I can play it. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember playing that game with my brother all the time, and we were just kids, and my dad got it for us, like without even knowing what we were getting into.
I will say with San Andreas though, like by far had like I don't know if you guys remember the casino heist. That shit was so fucking fun. Like I had a save I would like dedicated to that. So like if I ever wanted to go back to it, I would just reload that save and go play the casino heist because that was like one of the funnest missions I ever got to do.
But you see, like that shit, like I don't know. GTA Online, they just have to do something that captures the kind of like, oh, here's this sandbox, go have fun with it. Instead of adding fucking flying cars and orbital fucking cannons in order to ruin everyone's day.
Okay, so I was gonna use that to like rotate back to the whole idea of games being updated for current gen, and like people getting them for free. Like, if I'm gonna pay for the game again, like give me something to like buy. Like I'll take a free upgrade, obviously, but like if I'm gonna buy it again, I'm not just gonna buy the same old game. Unless it's all I play and I absolutely need to play it.
I guess going with that, like going back to the Skyrim Special Edition, right? I think the biggest difference between like, you know, getting it on or having it on the 360 and then having it on the Xbox One or PS4, you got access to mods. So regardless if you have the PlayStation where it's like kind of limited how mods work, or you have the Xbox where you can get more freedom there, regardless of which, you got mod access. So that was enough for me to be like, I'm gonna buy this because I want to play Skyrim with mods. So that was enough for me. And that was back before I had a PC, right? And so that was a big selling point for me getting Skyrim, is like you had access to like nearly unlimited content when it came to mods. That in turn was a selling point for me. That was something new, or at least console players.
So I think my opinion on it is, yeah, go ahead, charge me for the same game. Don't give me a free update, just so long as you add something. Not a free update, a free game, just so long as you add something new. I think that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think just if you're gonna add a new game, don't make people spend money on the same game. Like you said, I agree with the whole, you know, if they're just selling, like let's say they bring fucking Skyrim back, don't just give us Skyrim. Like, sure, there are probably people that will buy it, but hot take, I don't really like Skyrim.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now Cueyo and my fans are about to come roast your ass.
I'm not a big Skyrim guy. You see, like I enjoy it when I fuck around with the mods. Like that's fun. But like all the other shit.
No, understandable. Skyrim is like the worst Elder Scrolls game. I'll agree to that. That's a fact. But anyways,
I like Dishonored though.
Skyrim is the worst Elder Scrolls game. Changed my mind.
But I should do this one. I don't have a segue.
And speaking of things that you need to pay extra money for, how about we move on to whatever we want to talk about section?
That's a 10 out of 10.
And move on to my topic.
Yes.
So my topic was, did you guys see the RTX 30 series launch?
Yes, and I'm excited.
So basically, for those of you who are not in the know, NVIDIA is this graphics card company. They're more than that, but like for the layman, that's what they are. And I think it was 2 years ago, they released a graphics card called the 2080 Ti, and they introduced like the 2080 or the 20 series, and it introduced like ray tracing and all that shit to the games, and it kind of like pushed the industry forward. The issue was it wasn't forward enough. Like the performance on those cards while adding ray tracing wasn't all that much better than like a 1080 Ti was equivalent to like a 2080. So
yeah,
it wasn't all that great. But then, like I think it was a few days ago, they like launched or showed the newest cards, and holy fucking shit, console was even with PC like up until that launched. Like oh my god,
aren't they like cheaper?
Yeah, they're cheaper.
So they're more, because like I know I'm getting one for my birthday coming up. Like that's not like without a doubt, because what I'm running on, it's not bad. I just feel like where the state of graphics and running games are going, I'm gonna need something new.
At this point, you need a card with ray tracing. You absolutely need it because like every game is gonna start using it. I'd rather not get left behind. And like, the reason for the prices being lowered so much now that you brought it up is because they were working with a company called TSMC before this, and they're like this big chip manufacturer. But the thing is, TSMC couldn't get like their smaller process over computers. For those of you who don't know, the smaller the process, the cheaper typically it is to make. But the issue is that smaller processes are also very like they have very low yields. Like when you make a chip, it's like a bet. You roll a die, you see how many will come out, and their yields were terrible at TSMC. So they went over to Samsung, and they got like half this, like a way smaller like chip size, and higher yields. So like the chips are smaller, they're more power efficient, they have higher performance, so many more things, and like they're according to like the CEO of Nvidia, I think it's Jensen Huang or Yang, get his name.
I don't know.
He was like, yeah, so basically we made the cards outrageously expensive last time because we couldn't afford to make them any cheaper. Yeah. So like, I don't know, I'm really excited.
God bless.
Console, and like a lot of people are saying that consoles basically pushed this forward. Like, if consoles hadn't suddenly decided to get really good, like the PS5 and the Xbox, whatever series they're calling it.
The Series X.
Yeah, the Xbox Series X. Like, if they hadn't suddenly decided to become, like, fucking high mid-tier PCs, or, like, even upper tier, then this would have never happened. And I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I just feel it's more accessible to, like, someone that's not really, like, they don't know as much as someone who, like, builds PCs or just, like, knows about parts, knows what to recommend. I feel like, oh, this is really good and it's affordable to like not spending like over $1,000 for this thing, which I like.
I'm just waiting for the console prices now. Yeah. It's like all that stuff they said.
They're gonna announce them.
Each side is waiting for the other to do it. I know it's like 2 months away, but it's like, Jesus Christ, just fucking say it already.
Yeah.
So my reasoning for this, why I think they're going to be super high priced, is like, I brought it up earlier, like chip yields for at least, I think, 8 nanometers, any of the nanometers below 10 for chip size, were like terrible the last few years. And the fact that
what though, they can't be expensive, like ridiculous. They cannot. They won't be able to. No one will buy them.
PS3.
PS3 didn't sell because it did later on. Like, take the Xbox One. The Xbox One was priced at $500, and it sold significantly less than the PlayStation 4. But on top of that, though, you cannot make a console over $700 or $800 because at that point, I'm just gonna buy a PC. Why the fuck not? And then you just lose your whole market base there. If you're going to make people spend ridiculous amounts of money on consoles, they're going to find better alternatives that will be cheaper to maintain. So, and basically, games are going to be significantly cheaper too, because Steam is just, here, let's just make a game $95 off. Here you go. Here's like 6 cents.
God, they destroy my wallet and I just let them.
And speaking of which, does anyone else have anything to say on this subject?
I think I covered basically. I'm happy that they're lowering the prices and making it more accessible.
Yeah, so Eric, you want to go ahead with yours?
So yeah, I don't know if you heard, it was like DC Con or whatever the fuck it was. I don't even know.
DC Fandom.
DC Fandom. Yeah, Fandom. But yeah, it's really dumb. But from it, we got 2 new Batman games in a way. We get the Suicide Squad game that's getting made by Rocksteady. That's going to be a direct sequel to Arkham Knight. And then we get the Gotham Knights game where you get to play as Batgirl, Nightwing, Robin, and then Red Hood, which looks actually just like a lot of arcadey fun, like something we haven't seen too much.
I was worried about that game because I thought they were gonna pull in Avengers and do the whole live service thing, but I read an interview saying, "Oh no, we're not doing live service." And they're also the level system. It's not gonna be like Destiny, where like, oh, you can't fight that high level because he's too high of a level. They give you the map, and you can go anywhere you go. You can go wherever. So they're not limiting.
The leveling is going to be scaled with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. I mean, I don't know. They both looked good to me. I don't know how it's gonna work. Where it's like at least in the I'm interested in the Suicide Squad, because then I think we're gonna find out, is Batman really dead? You know, because I don't know if you've seen the true ending with it.
Yeah.
Like the true ending, Batman like walks into the fucking Wayne Manor and he's like, I'm gonna yeet myself off the world here. But it's one of those things where it's like we get to find out if he's probably gonna be dead or not.
I know in the comics he pulls the same thing, but he's not really dead.
Yeah, and then Knights, it looks like he actually is dead, and you know, you just gotta figure the fuck out what's gonna happen with the Bat family.
Well, it's a whole separate universe, I think.
Yeah, they're not gonna be the same.
And then people are like, oh, maybe the Court of Owls has Bruce Wayne. And I'm like...
Right, yeah, I saw a thing about that, and it's like, shut up.
I really don't want them to. I kind of want it to be something.
I want it to be, like, you get to play as other characters for once, and, like, really enjoy that.
Yeah, I love that. I love Batman. He's my favorite superhero, but, like...
He's up there for me. Green Arrow is my number one, though.
So the Gotham Knights game looks pretty cool, but the Suicide Squad one,
Yeah, it was meh. I agree with that. It was kind of meh.
There wasn't really anything to be excited for.
I think the only reason I'm excited...
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the only reason I was excited is because I want to know what happens at the end of Arkham Knight, you know? Kind of those, like, okay, what's going to happen now?
Yeah.
But why, like, the Suicide Squad? Like, what does that have to do, like...
I think it's more of a marketing thing. You know, right now you have the new Suicide Squad movie that's getting remade already because the first one was so good. Hey,
a movie
say what you want.
by Trailer House.
Say what you want. That movie won an Oscar.
Yeah.
For makeup.
For makeup.
Wait, what was
the
it competing
Oscar-winning
against?
film? Clearly something that wasn't good. No, it was Star Trek Into Darkness.
Oh my god, of course, yeah.
Remember that? That's the real question. How do you remember that?
Because I watched it, and when Suicide Squad was announced that they won, I was like, what the fuck?
And then on every copy or commercial, they're like, Academy Award winning Suicide Squad.
The damage tattoo really got the Academy. They were like, wow, the damage tattoo really says a lot about Jared Leto's Joker.
I really like the part where, like, he puts the
covers his mouth and laughs.
I like the part where he gets where he draws a Sharpie mustache, because why not? And he's laying down in like a circle of guns that he specifically put in a specific
he arranged in a certain way so he could lay down.
Like, why?
Oh man, such a bad movie.
Because he's quirky and funny.
I think that game is gonna go along with that in a sense, you know.
Hopefully it's good.
Because I did hear that Rocksteady was making a Superman game, but I didn't know it was gonna be like, you know.
No, Superman fans just gotta face the facts.
He's just too goody two shoes.
He's too OP.
I'm just not really a big Superman guy personally.
Yeah, same.
How dare you?
I mean, when I was little, I used to be, but like now,
But all the Henry Cavill stands are gonna come after you now.
God.
He was just written poorly. It's not Henry Cavill's fault.
I love Henry Cavill though. I can't hate Henry Cavill. I love him.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you guys watch The Witcher?
No.
Netflix?
I loved it.
It was amazing. Fucking. That said, I feel like they wasted all their budget in the first 3 episodes.
I think there are some CGI moments that are like, all right,
like
if they had a Game of Thrones budget, it'd be better, right? If they had a Game of Thrones budget, it'd be better. But on top of that, though, I think they followed the books very well, and I appreciated a lot of the things that went along in there. I think they didn't do Triss justice though.
Yes.
They did not.
Henry Cavill's a fucking gamer, man. He was
Yeah,
building a gaming
and
PC.
fucking Reddit simped over him.
Yeah, he's a gamer.
Well, that's the thing. What I liked about it, he was like excited about like playing at Geralt because he played at Geralt in the games, and then he also he read the books. So that's one thing I was super excited about.
All right.
He's pretty
Well,
good in that Mission Impossible movie.
oh yeah, that was pretty cool. So I think with that, you guys Matt, you wanna take away with your topic?
Yeah. So, speaking of video games, very cool. Mario. They're coming out with the 3D collection, so it's coming out with Mario 64, then Sunshine, and then Mario Galaxy.
Is this on the Switch?
Yeah.
Oh.
But here's the catch. It's only a limited run until March of next year.
Okay, so this is one of those things that I feel like is just a Nintendo move, where they'll be like, everyone wants.
But the thing is, like, you would think, okay, it's limited for probably physical copies only. No, it's for digital too.
Yeah, see, that's it. That's a Nintendo move. They'll be like, everyone wants this. We know it'll make a lot of money. How about we just do something really fucking stupid in the middle of it?
They've done this before and they know it works because they did the whole, we're making a remake of the NES Classic and it's gonna have built-in games, and that fucking thing sold like hotcakes. And then they had to like wait until they could make another shipment, and then they just stopped.
I feel like whoever does this at Nintendo just is like, guys, shoot me a bunch of ideas.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens.
Yep. He's swimming in cash.
It's like
Swimming in that sweet, sweet quiche.
it really is such like the entire Wii U era. Like, why would you name your console the Wii U? You know, me, a kid who like actually knew a little bit about consoles, was convinced that like Wii U games could work on my Wii, because like they did nothing to like clarify it. It was just a Nintendo move where they do stupid shit. Like, what was that thing that you made out of cardboard that they did?
The Labo.
Yeah, the Labo. Like, all right, pretty cool. It's a cool concept.
No, it wasn't. It's fucking dumb.
Well, like, what do you do if like the cardboard breaks? The entire thing is ruined.
Yeah, watch the Donkey video about it. That's a good video.
It was pretty funny.
He fucking breaks the thing and then he just gets a bunch of fucking duct tape. Best person on YouTube. That's what Donkey gets. He gets best YouTube guy award.
So is that everything everyone's got to say?
Yeah, so basically Nintendo's gonna make a lot of money off of that.
Yeah, no, that's factually correct, because Nintendo fanboys are fucking... I'm not gonna say the word. We don't like
You're getting real aggressive there for a moment. I was like,
Yeah, my girlfriend's excited for it, so I guess I know what I have to get her for Christmas, maybe? I don't know.
I already know what I'm getting my girlfriend. I'm getting her Luigi's Mansion.
Oh,
3?
did that-
The new one?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, okay, so with that, Matt, you want to move us on to the last section?
Community questions made by us. Very cool.
Before this question gets asked, yes, it is.
Okay. Question 1: is Pluto a planet?
Alright, so this is a very nuanced question. I'm actually gonna give you guys the serious answer. So I think a lot of the problems with Pluto being a planet come down to the fact that like its orbit is weird, its size is really tiny, and people who are like, nah, it's not a planet, are usually just agreeing with scientists who are arguing about that kind of stuff. Like, in my opinion, Pluto will always be a planet. Like, so that's how I grew up, that's how I've accepted it. And even if it's not, like, it's still a giant fucking piece of rock floating through space. And it rotates around the sun. I don't care about the orbits. Orbits always intersect at some point. So, yeah, I think it's a planet.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I just go with the flow.
Yeah, like, if someone says it's not a planet, I'll be like, alright, that's your opinion.
I think that they reconfirmed that it is a planet.
See, that's the thing. It, like, flips back and forth for, like, years.
scientific community can't get it under control.
Well, the biggest problem
I
is
think
it's so far away.
You know what it is? It's all the millennials coming in and be like, it's a fucking planet.
Okay, stop yelling at me.
Goddamn boomer.
Please stop it. Your yelling is scaring me.
Alright. Question 2. Who had it worse? Jesus or Ellie from The Last of Us 2?
Jesus Christ.
Very funny,
No
quirky
one
joke.
is hurt.
Okay.
Name someone who had it worse than Ellie.
You want to know? I can actually name someone who had it far worse than Ellie. That's actually like serious and not a joke. Obi-Wan Kenobi changed my fucking mind.
No, Obi-Wan's story is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dude went through a lot, especially if you watch like the Clone Wars. That dude went through a lot.
Have you ever read the extended universe books
I don't
about
know,
Obi-Wan?
man.
Dude, Ellie, I played The Last of Us 2, so you know what? Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Is there anyone in the game who had it?
Did any either of you play The Last of Us 2?
I played it.
Okay, The Last of Us 2. Ellie puts herself in all those situations.
Yeah.
In a sense, with the exception, I think, of like what happens to Joel. That's going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
But when Ellie has, PTSD, like there are a lot of problems I have with that game in general.
I mean, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, a lot of which I don't think are Ellie's fault necessarily, because there's a lot of questions I have that don't make sense with that game that haven't gotten answers. But
that's a whole different story for another day.
We could have legit a whole podcast about my issues with The Last of Us 2.
I just like, I get that feeling in my stomach. I'm like, oh shit, here we go again.
Yeah, my buddy was like, dude, it was so good. I was like, it really wasn't. He's like, no, it was so good. And I was like, how was it good? All this happened, all that, this, and I'd like point out a plot hole, and he's like, now you're just nitpicking. I was like, what? Wait. I don't think, spoilers, I don't think that questioning how the fuck Tommy survived a bullet to the fucking head is a nitpicking question.
Dude, revenge is bad.
Revenge bad.
Revenge bad. Let's shoehorn that in the last minute.
Oh, revenge is the big gay.
Oh, sorry, nope, can't go near it anymore. So I think with that, we can bring this podcast to an end. I think this is episode 20. I forgot to label it in the document we have, but thanks for watching,
it says 19,
guys.
so I'm like...
Thank you. Last of Us 2 stands, don't kill us.
Yeah, please no.
How dare you insult my Ellie?
Yeah, so thanks for watching. It's been a fun time. Please go check out everyone's social media. It'll all be in the description and stuff.
And we'll see you guys in the next video.
And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.